Okay, so the following people are about to conduct a survey. Write down anything that is wrong with each of their plans. Now in this case, they're not so much questions, they're looking at the plan that these people are going to put in place to actually conduct the survey. Okay, so let's look at number 11 here. Kyle wants to determine if people in his town would be keen on attending a new Keep Fit class. He conducts the survey by going house to house on a street that he lives on in Monday morning. Okay. Now, when you do a survey, okay, it's impossible to ask everybody in the town. Okay, there's just too many people, too much data to collect. Okay, you just don't have the time to ask everyone. So what you do is you ask a sample of people. Okay, you take a selection of people. You don't ask everyone. It's just a sample, so a small number of people. But unfortunately here with Kyle, all he's going to do is ask the people on his street, by the looks of it, the street that he lives. So he's going to go house to house on the street that he lives. Now, when you do a survey, right, the sample must be large enough, okay, to represent the group, basically, that you're considering. So in this case, the whole town. He's considering the whole town, whether they'd be interested in a Keep Fit class. Now, if he's just going to ask people on his street, okay, well, he's not going to ask many people, isn't he, if you think about it? So there's not enough people being surveyed, right? But also it needs to represent the town. Now, his street obviously represents part of the town, but he would need to go to other areas of the town, wouldn't he? Not just his street. He would need to go all areas of the town to see what people are thinking, okay? So the sample must represent, right? Represent the whole town in this case. Also, as well, the issue with this is he's going to do it on a Monday morning. You've got to be careful with surveys, all right? Monday morning, a lot of people will be in work, okay? So think about the people that will still be in the house. I mean, they might be older people, okay? People who are retired, all right? So, and then there might be lots of houses where there's nobody there because they're in work or in school, okay? So it's nothing wrong with going on a Monday morning, but he should be going maybe on a Monday evening or on a Saturday. So you should go on quite a few different times of the week. Okay, number 12 says the head teacher of a school wants to test the following hypothesis. Girls eat less fatty foods than boys. She selects every 5th pupil as they leave their year 7-8 assembly to take part in the survey. Again, right, we've got this thing about it's got to represent all people, okay? And in this case, it doesn't it? Because this really represents the whole school, doesn't it? Her sort of hypothesis that girls eat less fatty foods than boys is for the whole school in terms of her thinking here. So if you notice, she's only asking year 7 and 8, right? That's not good enough. She needs to be asking pupils in year 9, 10 and 11 as well, okay? So it needs to represent, right, all people, and in this case, it doesn't. Okay, number 12, a town councillor has to determine whether people in his community want to keep open a local leisure centre. He plans to hand out a questionnaire to people as they leave the leisure centre on a Saturday morning. Now think about this, okay? If he's going to hand out the survey to people as they leave the leisure centre, and this survey is going to question whether people want to maybe keep the leisure centre open, then of course, if he's asking people as they leave the leisure centre, of course they're going to say yes, aren't they? Because they use it, they make use of it, and they're obviously happy to go there. Okay, so this really would be a sort of biased survey, right? A biased survey, because he's only asking the people who use it. Okay, so location is really important. Location is so important when you're conducting a survey. If you want it to be unbiased, in other words, if you want it to be a fair survey, okay, he shouldn't just be asking outside the leisure centre. Ideally, you could go to like the town centre, okay, where you'll meet a range of people, okay, and of course at different times of the day as well, not just the Saturday morning. Okay, last one. Jenny wants to survey the match day experience of football supporters at the stadium. She hands out the survey as supporters arrive and enter the stadium. She asks them to fill in the survey and to either hand it back to her after the match or post it using a stamped addressed envelope. Now let's think about this here. Okay, people going into the stadium, obviously they've got to fill this survey in at some point during the match, okay, or half time or something. But are they going to remember to hand it back to her once the match is finished? Okay, they might be on other things. They might be celebrating a victory or you know, be miserable because the team has lost. But they're going to forget to hand this survey back, aren't they? Or they're going to forget to post it, all right? Or they might lose it. Okay, so when you do a survey, it should be done there on the spot, okay? Asking people to hand it in later or to post it or to give it back to them in a couple of weeks' time is no good. It needs to be done there on the spot.